Hey y'all, it's Sierra, aka Capricorn Moon Goddess, back with another video for you all. This video is going to be about my favorite decks to use for spiritual warfare. This is not going to be a complete list because I have a lot of decks. I have so many decks and it's impossible for me to like tell y'all out of all of them, you know, which are my favorites, but these are just the current faves that I'm using right now. So we're going to start with tarot. I think I have 3 tarot decks and the rest will be oracle. One of them is called the In-Between Tarot. I don't know where it is right now. I have no idea where it is, but it's I'll put a picture of it on the screen. And yeah, so that's one of them. I just wanted to mention that first because I don't know where it is and I don't want to forget it. But it's like a tarot deck that has 2 different cards on one deck. So it'll be like the 6 of Swords and the 7 of Swords like on the same card. And I really wish I had it so I can show y'all. But anyway, that's one of them. Okay, so you can check it out. You can look on YouTube. I'm sure somebody has made a video showing the cards. But the In-Between Tarot by Lo Scarabeo. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but this is the publisher. Okay, so the In-Between Tarot is one. The second one is the Santa Muerte Tarot by the same publisher. Okay, this one is really good to use for spiritual warfare. And I picked these cards either based on the imagery or the keywords. Okay, so I really, really like this deck for spiritual warfare. This is the Tower. Okay, I've never seen a Tower card like this. Very interesting. Queen of Wands. You can use this for Halloween as well. This is the six of Swords. You see that? Like, to me, that just invokes a lot of different messages that I can get from that. Definitely something going on with somebody's mind or in their head, okay? Or giving me like lobotomy type energy there. So yeah, I really like this deck. It's not necessarily like all of the cards are the traditional meanings for the Rider-Waite, so I like that too. It's a little bit different from the Rider-Waite, but still close enough for you to be able to know, like, you know, what each card is. But yeah, I wish I didn't have to put my hand behind each card for y'all to see it. That's going to make this video go a lot longer than I want it to. But this is the 6 of Pentacles. So yeah, I really like these cards. I like the quality, very nice quality. And for people with small hands, it's a nice size. I can shuffle them this way. With other cards, I have to do it vertically because they're too large. I can actually shuffle this the regular way. And they're pretty thick, but not too thick as far as making it hard to like riffle shuffle the cards. So this is the Santa Muerte Tarot. They have an Oracle deck as well. I personally don't like the cards in the Oracle deck as much, so I just have the Tarot, but you can also get the Oracle deck if you like to have like both the Oracle and the Tarot for your cards. Okay, so the second, or actually the third, because the first one was the In-Between Tarot, is the Dark Grimoire Tarot by Lo Scarabeo. So I've noticed that Lo Scarabeo has a lot of good decks for shadow work and for spiritual warfare. Okay, so this is what some of the cards look like. This is the 10 of Cups. It's more of a darker take on all of the cards. Okay, 4 of Pentacles. So again, this would be good for shadow work and for spiritual warfare. This is the World. This is the 2 of Pentacles. It's very dark. It's a very dark deck. The Emperor. Six of Swords. Six of Wands. Definitely not the same as the Rider-Waite. So again, this isn't like necessarily the same as the Rider-Waite. The Empress. She's got like people worshiping her. The Hierophant. And we've got the Seven of Swords. So I like this deck because it's more like a storybook. Like there's a lot in one card. It's almost like a book, like the pages of a book. Instead of just being like one image. I mean, it's one image, but there's like a lot going on within the image. So you can pull from, you know, a lot more. So this is the Dark Grimoire Tarot. Okay, so that's it for the tarot decks that I have. Now let's get into the oracle because I have way more oracle than tarot. So let's start with, I'm trying to find the box for this. I don't know what I did with the box for this. Did I put it back? Okay, got the box. So this is the Lace Vampires Tarot. I don't know if I said that right. Not tarot, oracle. So I really like to use this one for spiritual warfare or shadow work. It has very nice keywords on it. So I didn't necessarily get it for the imagery. I got it for the keywords. I'm not really too like gung-ho over the imagery, but the keywords are very good. So this says seduction, allure, desire, manipulation. Call for help. Reach out, need for backup, admit your needs. Thirst. Craving, compulsion, obsession. We've got faith and religion here. Because these religious folks out here be the ones doing a lot of the spell work, okay? We have outsider. Eternal youth. Burnt by the sun. I like how they have things that are not, you know, you don't have a lot of decks that say burnt by the sun, right? Ambition, extension, and reach are the key words. We have anti-hero. Let's see what else. Free will. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get this stuff to focus. Witness. You don't see a lot of cards that say witness. Transgression. So it's really the key words for me. Jealousy. Let me see what else. They have a card that says authentic or something, which I really like. But that seems to be the one that I can't find in the deck. What's going on here? The monster within. Internal struggle, personal challenges, wanting to improve. We have natural, authentic, real, organic. I really like this card. We have prey, stalked, invaded, watched. Okay, so you kind of get my drift. I really like the card stock. It is a thicker card stock, but still, you know, you can still shuffle it pretty well. This is what the back of the cards look like. And this is by Lucy Cavendish. Yeah, Lucy Cavendish, and then the artist is Jasmine Beckett Griffith. So when you see these like big-eyed characters on like different decks is probably by that same artist. All right, so that's the Laced Vampires. I'm trying to hurry up so this isn't too long. All right, so another one of my favorites is the Egyptian Star Oracle by Travis McHenry. Okay, he is the person who has the Angel Tarot and the Demon Tarot. Well, it used to be called the Demon Tarot. I think it's called something else now. Maybe he didn't like that name, or the publishers didn't like that name. I think when it was an indie deck, it was called the Demon Tarot. But now it's called something else, and I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, so I really do like this Oracle deck. I don't really use the guidebook much, so I can't tell y'all a lot about these guidebooks because I'm not one that uses the guidebooks like that, unless it's like Alana Fairchild or something like that. Hold on. But anyways, I really do like these cards. It is a nice card stock. It does have gilded edges, golden gilded edges. You can't see it that well right now. I like the color scheme, the burgundy, the khaki, but these are pretty good. This is strength, so it has a letter, the name of a deity, hieroglyphics is in here as well. Like, so yeah, I really do like this, and I would go more into, you know, all the stuff on the cards, but I have a video about it, so you can watch the video specifically for this deck if you want to, so we can save time. We have Destruction of Chaos, Melancholy or Sadness, Celebration and Merriment, Rest and Repose. So some of these kind of go along with the Rider-Waite. Like this will be the Four of Swords in the tarot. We've got Restraint or End of a Conflict. So he has a lot of phrases in here that you don't see in other decks. More and more decks are starting to have more of these phrases. We've got Security, Salvation, Destruction of Enemies, Respect and Admiration, Chaos. It's a nice balanced deck, New Beginnings and Jubilation, so it's balanced. Not all bad cards, not all good cards, okay? It addresses the good and the bad in life. We have Protection from Dangers, Spiritual Struggles, Conflict and War, Mixed Blessings, Illumination or Revelation. All of these are good, like, things to have when you're talking about spiritual war. Authority and Power, okay? A lot of these are authority figures. We got Fertility and Sex, Truth and Justice. All right, so that is the Egyptian Star Oracle. Really, really love this deck. It comes in a very nice box as well. This is the box. It's textured, okay, or engraved or whatever you call it. And it is a box that you pull out like this. It came with the Evil Eye pendant as well. I just don't know where, what I did with it, okay? And then it has a guidebook as well. The guidebook is in color. So yeah. And this is based on the Egyptian astrology system, which I didn't even know there was such a thing, but there is. Okay, I'm looking for the box. Here we go, here we go. The next one is Voices of the Souls Oracle. Very good for spiritual warfare. This one is also gilded, a gold gilded deck. Very nice card stock. Very, very simple but effective and to the point. And this one is not expensive at all. This is like a fairly cheap deck. We've got fears, loss, karmic message, reproach. I don't see a lot of decks that have that word in it, but I love that. Education, submission, burden of tears, karma. I love these. Message of forgiveness, karmic message, or karmic relationship. I'm sorry. So there are 3 cards that talk about karma: karmic message, karma, and karmic relationship. I don't have a problem with them mentioning that word several times. Message of freedom, learning. So we have learning and education. I don't have a problem with that. Some people don't like to have cards that are similar in their decks. I don't mind. We have message to pass on. I really like this because, hey, this message may not be for you, but it may be something you need to pass on, okay? We have repression, message of warning, anger, regrets, spiritual message, secrets, it's not me. I really like that. You don't see that in a lot of decks. We have soon, source, happiness. I'm not really showing y'all all the good cards. There's a lot of good cards in here too. I'm just not showing them. I'm showing the ones that are for like spiritual warfare. Freedom, guide, mirror effect. Really like that. We have the U. I like having a U card in here. Physical pain, children, duality. Yeah, okay, so I'm not gonna go through all of the cards, but yeah, this is Voices of the Souls by Isabel, and I'm not even about to try to say her last name. Y'all can look here. Really do like this deck. There is a guidebook. I don't even know if I've ever really looked at it. It's in color though. That's cool. Didn't even know because I don't really look at it. I'm not really a guidebook person. But it tells you more about the card, and then it gives you a message from your spirit guides for each card. All right, so let's move on. We already at 18 minutes. I will put the links to these in the comment section, the ones that you can find on Amazon. Which one do I want to do next? I also like to use the Southern Gothic Oracle for spiritual warfare readings. It's an all-around deck, so it's good for anything, but I found it's been working well for spiritual warfare. They have a lot of different type of keywords that you don't find in other decks. So we have the dog, loyalty. I mean, you find loyalty in other decks. Live oak, longevity, and reliability. I really like the artwork. These are nice quality cards as well. We've got abandoned plantation, dismantling ugly truths, mojo bag, justice, karma, peacock, vanity, and pride. You see pride in a lot of decks, but you don't see the word vanity all the time. So I really like that. This is kind of based on like a lot of the Southern type of things. We have the Vampire of Richmond, ego, narcissism. The author of this deck does have a tarot deck that's coming out. It's on Kickstarter. It might be too late to get it by now. I ordered it, so when I get that deck, I'll show that to y'all. We have Blackberries, agency and independence. I like the use of the word agency. I really like words a lot. Okay, so I look for decks that have different keywords. I don't want to keep seeing the same keywords over and over again. Okay. The Grove, divinity and awe. crimes of passion, jealousy, dangerous urges. And this is a well-balanced deck. We've got Black Eyed Peas, Wealth, Prosperity. So when I'm going through these decks, keep in mind, I'm showing the cards from the deck that are good to have in a deck when you're doing readings for spiritual warfare, but I'm not showing all of the cards. So these decks do have good and bad cards in them, okay? We have Blue Moon, Second Chances, Magic, Acts, Division, Lessening, The Blessed Child, Purity, Lost Innocence, Hellhound, Cruelty and Deep Fears. Now, I do have to warn y'all, with this deck and her other deck that I'm going to show you, there is an expansion pack that you can buy. So I don't believe this card was in the original deck. The expansion packs are the ones that have more of the karmic messages or more of the spiritual warfare, shadow work type messages. So I do have to mention that you would want to get the Southern Gothic Oracle that comes with the expansion pack. You can buy the one with just the original Oracle, or you can buy the one with the original and the expansion pack. You need the expansion pack, which is like, I don't know how many extra cards it is, but it's extra cards basically. The extra cards are the ones that are more like the spiritual warfare ones, okay? So like the Crime of Passion one, I think that was in the expansion pack as well. Hurricane Lamp, Preparedness, Inner Light. I like this. Roots, Influence, Support, okay? So a lot of different, like hoodoo or something like that, they use a lot of roots, like the roots of plants and things. We have Boo Hag, Fear Tactics, and Discipline. So yeah, make sure you get the expansion pack if you're going to get this Psalm book, Rejoicing in Faith, because that's the one that's going to have more of the spiritual warfare cards. Bottle Tree, Meditation and Intersection. Or intercession. I really like that intercession word here. Asking your higher powers to intercede for you. Black Coffee, Shadow Work, Awakening. The Copperhead, Deception, Black Influences. The Crossroads, Road Opener. The Crow, Dashed Hopes and Mourning. Also, the Crow Tarot and the Crow Oracle would be good for these as well. I forgot to mention those, but those would be good by N.J. McCullahane. The Crow Tarot and the Crow Oracle. This Crow card just reminded me of that. If I feel like it, I'll put a picture of the Crow Tarot and the Crow Oracle up here. I do have a video about the Crow Oracle on my channel if you want to see that one. Pair of Shoes, Coupling, Partnership. I love this. You don't see this in a lot of decks, right? So yeah, let's move on to the next. And when I say the expansion pack, this is what I mean. The expansion pack for this deck, the Southern Gothic Oracle, is called the Hunts, like haunted house. So it says the Southern Gothic Oracle Haunts expansion pack. That's what I'm saying when I say you need to get the expansion pack that has the extra decks in it, okay? The Pride of Annandale, Toxic Nostalgia, Infatuation. The Candlelight Spirit, Virtue, Oppression. And it's also got, it's diverse, okay? Black people, white people. I don't really know if they got other ethnicities, but it's balanced as far as black and white people, okay? The Conjured Spirit, Summoning Drama and Negativity. This is for people who are into like conjure and things like that. We've got Altar Water here. So yeah, I really do like this deck. The only thing I don't like is it doesn't have the cutouts, so it makes it hard to open the box. That would be my thing that I would say they should fix. because like trying to get this box open. This is the other deck that this author has, the Southern Botanical Oracle. And yeah, trying to open this, it's too much of a hassle. When I say cutouts, I mean the little round things where your thumb can go like this and open the box. It doesn't have those. Alright, I got the expansion pack for this deck as well. You're going to want to get the expansion pack for these decks to get more of the shadow work, spiritual warfare, darker type cards. We've got Tobacco, Controversy, and Paradox. Love that. Love that for spiritual warfare. Cypress, Sorrow, Regret. Archangel Root, Receptivity and Female Essence. Jimson Weed, Delirium, Confusion. Stinking Cedar, Vulnerability and Threat. Watermelon, Responsibility and Empathy. Let me see. Periwinkle, Veneration and Legacy. Angel's Trumpet, Suspicion and Turmoil. Water Hemlock, Subversion and Defeat. Hobblebush, Maturity and Experience. Black Snake Root, Boundaries and Expectation. Deadly Nightshade, Vanity and Self-Absorption. Bluebonnet, Bravery, Sacrifice. Death Cap Mushrooms, Avarice and Foul Play. So these are really good words for spiritual warfare. We have Monkey Ball, Weight and Rigidity. Mountain Laurel, Crisis, Trouble. Poison Ivy, Irritability and Profanity. Literally talking about profanity, cussing somebody out, okay? Let me see. Fairy Lily, Mischief and Sabotage. Very good keywords. High John the Conqueror, Power and Command. This is used a lot in hoodoo, this particular plant, herb. Magnolia, Leadership, Greatness. Crepe Myrtle, Life and Death. Oak, Hero and Icon. Sugar Maple, Information and Knowledge. Tomato, Family and Bloodline, because it be your own family sometimes, okay? And, okay, I'm going to leave it at that because, yeah, I don't want to make this too long. And the expansion pack for this one is called The Poisons. So, it is the Southern Gothic Botanical Oracle. The Poisons is the expansion pack where you get more of the spiritual warfare type cards, okay? If she did a deck specifically only on spiritual warfare, I would probably buy it. I usually don't buy decks that are just one-sided, but just based on the ones that she has in these decks, if she were to do that, I would buy it for sure. Okay, so let's move on to the Realest Oracle, Finding Magic in the Mundane by Kendra Austin. Did I not say the name of the person? These two decks are by Stacy Williams, and I can't say her last part of her name. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the Realest Oracle. by Kendra Austin. This isn't necessarily for spiritual warfare, but it is very good. I've noticed it's very good when using in those type of readings. Okay, so we have Stuck, All Eyes on You, All is Fair, Undress. This is by a Black woman, I believe. Finish Line, so it's very diverse. Grief, Sleepless. This is good for shadow work also. We have Seek Guidance, shadow work. Divine Timing. Fresh Start. Ascension Tension, which is the thing. Release Ritual. Inner Child. Outer Strength. Tidy Up. Find an Oracle. The Great Crumble. The card stock on this is really good. The only thing I don't like is how tall these cards are. Like, my hand, I can't even get my hands, like, I can't hold these cards horizontal at all. So I have to shuffle them this way. That's the only thing I don't like. We have Attachment. The Grind. Body Work. Okay, yeah, and then we have Burdens. So, really like this one. Again, this is the Realest Oracle. And there is a guidebook. It is in color. I'm shocked, like, oh, it's in color, because when I tell you I don't really be looking at these guidebooks. But yeah, so there isn't a whole lot in the guidebooks, but it's enough information. It tells you the element. Okay, so each card represents an element. I didn't know that because I don't be looking at the guidebook. Good to know. Okay. Oh, I forgot to show y'all this card. Sneaky Sneaky is also a good card in here. Okay, so the Realest Oracle. Moving on, moving on. I may not go over all of them because this is already too long. It's already too long. So I'm going to do a couple more and then that's it. Whew, my eyes itching. Oh my God, I have so many. I'm going to try to do all of them. It's going to be a lot to try to link all these. The next one is the Story Oracle. I really, really like this deck. It's very simple but effective. We have Injustice, Ruins, Hidden Agenda, All According to Plan, Reversal, A Loss, It's a Trap, Something Hidden, Mischief, Authority Figure, Confusion, Mystery, Unlikely Ally, Conflict, Difficult Truth, Plot Twist. But I tell you, I love this. Mastermind, High Drama, Wrench in the prophecy. I'm only showing the warfare type of cards. Choose your weapon, but this has good cards in it too. Stranger, rescue, secrets revealed, all uphill from here, rivalry, the clock is ticking, fury, surprise villain, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. And this is the Story Oracle by Catherine Furman, a creative writing inspiration deck. 78 cards, so this is a lot of cards. At first I was really irritated with the card stock, I'm not gonna lie, but eventually I learned how to work with it. But it was because it's like thin, not like super thin, but it's thin and it's more cardboard kind of like, so it's not high quality at all. But I learned how to work with it. But at first I was like, this is annoying, like this card stock, I can't. But other than that, it's really good. I've been using it a lot lately, and it does come with a guidebook also. This is the guidebook. Can't go into the guidebooks too much because I'm trying to hurry up. Next, we have the Fairies Oracle. This is by, what's your name? Eugene Fletcher. Okay. I love the box. So you open the box like this. It's magnetic, and this is the book. It's slid in there kind of like that. This is a creator, and then the cards are in here. So you just do that to get the cards out. It's very whimsical but dark at the same time. So dream on. I love this. Dream on. Restoration, wayward paths. It's a lot of villain energy in here. Showing up, stage of play. So the keywords are different, okay? You don't find them like time to tinker. Like, what is that? But while you're doing a reading, it could really like spark some sort of intuitive message. But you know, just looking at it, you're like, what is time to tinker? Are you talking about Tinkerbell? She was very mischievous, okay? Feel the feels. So it's a very modern deck with modern sayings. We have jokes on you. This is small hand friendly, so I really like that. We have up in smoke. Bad company. Mind your own. Mind your own. Mind your own, leave mine alone. Nivea. Nivea. We got tipping point. Shapeshifter. Crying out. And I think I would just stop there. So I need to hurry up. So this is called Fairies, Oracle Deck and Guidebook. Like I said, it's small, hand friendly, nice quality cardstock. And it's in a cute little box. Okay, so next, everyone knows, every reader knows the Fin de Kipper by Ciro Marchetti or Marchetti. We all know about this, right? So I would say any Kipper decks or any Gypsy decks like these would be good for spiritual warfare. They are very straight to the point. A lot of them have the same cards in them, but they just have different imagery. So we have child here, false person, main female, and then we have main male as well, and we have mature man and mature woman. We have house, coffin, poverty. It's a good all-around deck. Courthouse, imprisonment, bad health, concern, despair, occupation, toil and labor, adjudication, thief, yeah, so this is Fende Kipper. There are other Kipper decks out there as well that are good. Fortune telling decks, you see it says fortune telling. Any decks that say fortune telling decks, like they're very simple and straight to the point. Gypsy decks, straight to the point, okay. Like this one says falseness. Doctor, sickness, despair. Look at this, child. So a lot of them have the same wording. We have foe here. It was false person in the Kipper. Misfortune. It's almost like a tower card. So yeah. This is the Gypsy Oracle. And it can also be called like this Sibilla word here. And then there's another Oracle deck that they have that's called the Sibilla Oracle cards. This is from Lo Scarabeo. That's the publisher, and I don't know who the authors are, so my bad. Then we've got the Art of War. The Art of War Oracle. So it's got quotes from the book The Art of War, and then it has like another side with other words on it. So only engage in conflict when all other alternatives have been exhausted. So this would be good to use for like the advice portion of a reading. It's not what you have, but how you use it. Know yourself, know your partner, or know, you can say know your opponent. Get to the root of the problem. We have pick your battles, one of my faves, one of my favorite things to say. Offer your foe a golden bridge. A disagreement can turn nasty in the blink of an eye. Offering a golden bridge to your opponent to retreat over, even if it's sending them a message asking to talk, can start the healing process. Defeat is humiliating. Retreating over this bridge helps them avoid the humiliation and can motivate them to connect with you. Okay, when you surround an army, leave an outlet free. Do not press a desperate foe too hard. So you see how there's advice there. Expect the best, but prepare for the worst. So yeah. Don't let your ego get in the way. Learn your lessons. Evolution, not revolution. Keep your fights short. Okay? There is no instance of a country having benefited from prolonged warfare. So this is just how to engage with your enemy. So I think this is good for spiritual warfare. Once again, another deck that doesn't have the little thumb holes. You gotta mess up your nails and everything to get this open. I feel like the box is really big, but the only reason why it's so big is because it comes with the book, The Art of War. So you get the book, The Art of War, as well as this deck. Okay, because the deck is based on this book, The Art of War. So if you've been wanting to read this book, you can find it on YouTube, someone who's actually reading it. But if you've been wanting it for yourself, it comes with this, with the cards, okay? Another one that a lot of us are aware of already is the tea leaf fortune cards. Remember I said any cards that have fortune in it, like fortune telling cards, they're going to be good for spiritual warfare. They get straight to the point, okay? So yeah, this one says, shark, take care, or there will be a loss in material wealth. They've got cards describing people, younger woman. A lot of us know this already, so I'm not going to go too much into it. Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Dagger, fear, worries, tense situations. This is one of the first decks that I seen that had a card about having a two-faced friend in it. So that's why I got the deck. I was like, I like that. Let me see. A lot of good cards are in here as well. There's a lot of cards in this deck. A lot of cards. Pale, time to get out of a situation. Mice, discord among family and friends. I trust your intuition and psychic abilities. Karma, you will reap what you've sown. Scissors, disappointment in some affair. Fly, a period of ill health or depression. We have a card that says someone is leaving your life. We have parrot, someone will gossip about your secrets. Bat, take care, enemies are working against you. So yeah, there's a lot of good cards in this deck, and there are a lot of cards in this deck. I don't remember how many. It is small hand friendly, so I like that. The only thing is you can't, if you have small hands, it is hard to shuffle all the cards at once. So what I'll do, I'll usually separate them into two piles, shuffle one pile and then shuffle the other. And this is by Ray Hepburn. It's the Tea Leaf Fortune Cards by Ray Hepburn. And there are 200 cards, okay? This is the box. I have broken my box from opening it and closing it so many times. All right, we got to put my deck in here, the motives and intentions oracle by me, Sierra Monroe, Capricorn Moon Goddess. Okay, so here's one card, revenge. Retaliation, tit for tat, payback. Ulterior motives, hidden agenda, cunning, sly, devious, trickery, sneaky. I have good cards in here too because I believe in having balanced decks. We've got spiritual protection. We have agent of chaos. Destructive, volatile, disruptive, creating confusion, olive branch, making amends, apologies, within reason on your end, and then I have another card that says within reason on their end. This is the card to let you know, no, you ain't tripping. You are within reason to think how you're thinking and do what you're doing. We have gaslighting, warning, projection, and there's keywords on here. Bait and switch. I'm not going to go over the keywords for the sake of time. Fake friends. There is love and hate. Denial. Compromise. This is a card speaking of being influenced by lower entities, influenced by substances, someone needing an energy cleanse, mental infiltration, okay? Triggering insecurities, unclean hands. So guilty conscience, afraid of karma, paranoia due to unethical behavior. Stand your ground. Trauma bond. Cut ties and cords. Infatuation. Hot and cold. Wishy-washy. Opportunist. This is a test. I've been using these a lot, so that's why they look the way they do. Okay, so that's it for my deck. Motives and Intentions Oracle. I'm not going to go over this one, but any type of decks that have archetype cards in it, okay, there's a lot of archetype decks that I have. Those will be good because it tells you personality traits. Dang, what's another archetype deck that I have? I can't think of it, but I did a video over it, okay? But basically any type of deck that's archetype or going over personality traits or the way people look or act or their talents, those are going to be good decks for spiritual warfare, okay? The EFT divination kit, this has a lot of emotions, okay? So it can explain why someone is the way they are or why they're coming at you the way they're coming at you. It tells you what traumas they may be dealing with. This is by... Dang, who is this by? I have another deck of hers too. Where's your name? I don't know where the name is, but I'm pretty sure it's Mandy Peterson. I also have her Past Life Oracle deck. That would be a good deck to use for spiritual warfare as well. It has a lot of traits, time frames, occupations, and all of that. All of that can give you clues about a person. But see, we have vulnerability here. We have betrayal. We have clinginess, gloom, intoxication, codependency, lack of control, unsupported, blame, humiliation, deprivation, taken for granted. So you see how these would be good for using for spiritual warfare readings. So this is the EFT divination kit. It's a kit because it does come with other cards on this side for people who want to do EFT, emotional freedom technique, which is the tapping when you tap and you say certain affirmations while tapping on certain pressure points on the body. Okay, so EFT divination kit by Mandy Peterson is a good one to use. Okay, I'm gonna do two more, and the other ones I'm gonna have to save for another video. So Kali Oracle, of course, that's gonna be good by Alana Fairchild for a spiritual warfare reading. Okay, the only thing about this, you will have to most likely use the book, but Kali is known for, you know, helping with warfare. So I'm just gonna show y'all the cards. And this is one that you do have to look at the guidebook to see what they mean. But her guidebooks are always very insightful. As a matter of fact, I have some cards in the guidebook that I drew for myself just to kind of go back and journal. So yeah, this is good for spiritual warfare. I'm not going to go into the guidebook because I don't have time. Sorry about that. But y'all can look at any of these decks. You can find videos of people that made specific videos over these decks that will go into more detail. I'm just trying to not make this any longer. I'm trying to find the... Oh, here it is. Also, the Woodland Wardens deck by Jessica Rowe. I don't know if I said that right. Rue or Rowe. It's actually really good for spiritual warfare. You wouldn't think it is, but it really is. It can help tell you people's motives behind. Also, I really like this card, Trust in the Invisible. You have to be very trusting of your guides during the time of spiritual warfare. It's a lot of things you can't see that you have to trust in. We have upheaval, anticipation, preparation, patience, overcoming obstacles, mischief, protection, safety, starting over, deceit. So yeah, healing wounds. This is good for spiritual warfare. And if you want to add something that's not as gloomy as some of the other decks. And the other one that I was going to mention that I don't have time to mention is the Green Witch's Oracle deck. I did a video going over all these cards, so you can watch that video if you want to. And that's going to be it. So, of course, I have way more than these decks, but these are the ones that I've been using a lot lately. So let me know which decks you prefer to use for spiritual warfare readings or shadow work readings. And if there's a specific deck that you want to see, you can let me know. I can let you know whether I have that deck or not, or maybe I want to check it out. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you have a great day. All right, toodles, bye.